Hawk is that Yonkers native. That's the host of Street Talk, the spiritual brother of Philly Dom. I'm going to give you an update of what's going on with the shooting in Brooklyn, the subway shooting. Well, apparently, New York City's not going to charge the brother, the Hispanic brother that protected him and his girlfriend, because through this whole story, the brother that was 36 years old, the black brother, came on a train and went straight for him. Went straight for him. He went straight for him. He started with him, and he ended up getting shot with his own gun because he was the one that started. So now they said it's self-defense, which technically it is. If I'm with my girlfriend and I'm chilling out and I'm not bothering nobody, I'm on the train, I'm not bothering nobody. Somebody gets on that train, they start with me, I'm going to protect me and my girlfriend. And shout out to his girlfriend. She got involved. That's my man. You ain't going to take my man out, but that's the problem. A lot of people right now are walking around with this gangster mentality. Everybody's tough until the table gets turned. The table got turned on him. My thing is, leave people alone. If nobody's bothering you, leave people alone. So with self-defense, that's what they consider in New York City. Self-defense. And it was. The guy got right on the train. He started trouble. He got what he got. Right now, New York City's crime rate is through the roof. Straight up. Me and my partners used to always talk about how New York City was going to go back to the 70s and 80s one of these days. They always say history repeats itself. New York City right now is beating itself. We had a mayor by the name of Ed Koch that was in office from the 70s to the 80s, and New York City was a mess. Now we have Eric Adams. New York City's a mess right now. So the brother that protected himself, he's not going to get charged. It's self-defense in New York City. Leave people alone. I'm going to say this one more again. Leave people alone. Don't bother people that are just minding their own business. Everybody wants to prove to themselves that they're gangsters and they're tough, but sometimes it may not end well for you. And that's what happened with the brother that's in the hospital. It didn't end well for him. The Lord spared his life. He's still breathing. He's still breathing. But now the brother has to think, take this as a lesson to be learned. The next time I'm walking down the street or getting on the train or getting on the bus, I'm going to mind my business, because this time I was saved by God, man. But next time, the devil could snatch me. Leave people alone. And everybody in their feelings made it another color thing. Why does it have to be a color thing? They was both minority. One was black, one was Hispanic. But the black one was met with the Hispanic brother, and the Hispanic brother and his girlfriend protected themselves. Why in the black American community, why do we always have to make everything a color thing? That's the problem with the black American community. Everything has to be a color thing. That man was not bothering nobody on the train with his woman. They probably was just coming from there, coming shopping, like they had bags on them, probably having a good time. And his black brother gets on the train and starts with him and ends up becoming a victim of his own gun, his own bullet, right to the hospital. But why is the black American community have to make this a color thing? That had nothing to do with color. It has something to do with leave people alone if they're not bothering you. That's the same thing that happened with Bernard Getz. Coming home from a hard day work, a college professor, an intelligent brother, 4 brothers approached him. They tried to do what they had to do to him, and that brother did what he had to do. Leave people alone. But you know what? This is not going to be the first, and it's not going to be last. Something else is going to happen again. Because right now, the train MTA train in New York system right now is a mess. It's a total mess, and the violence is crazy right now in MTA. The violence is crazy right now in MTA, New York City transit system. The violence right now is through the roof. You can't fall asleep, you may get robbed or get unalived or get beat up. You got to sit in the corner somewhere by yourself, hoping nobody's going to test you, like what happened on the train. But like I said, they're not going to charge him. He was the victim. Him and his girlfriend was coming from shopping, whatever they was coming from. And he gets on the train and bothers his people, did what he did, and he got caught up into his own demise and ends up in a hospital. I know I'm going to get fried from the black community, but why does we always have to make this a black thing? Why does it have to be a colored thing? It's a human being thing. Leave people alone. Stop bothering people if they're not bothering you. That was the code that we lived by back in the days. If nobody's bothering you, leave the people alone. Shout out to my brother Philly Dom. Shout out to Peter Carter. Shout out to Belize. Shout out to Ace Live. Check in Effect. Curtis Rock Sliwa. Arnold 13. Dennis Super Stretch Torres. Shout out to my Guardian Angel family. Everybody be safe today. This is Big Hawk. Until the next video, I'm out of here. Peace.